Relax, my dude.
What's up, guys? John of Team Gradelock here. Out of it for a little while. Today, even though we have all these cards over here, it's not going to be a tech profile. I'm mainly going to be talking about the state of this game. And I feel it's in a very, very deep hole right now. I don't like the way that the game is right now, mainly for this clan. Like, this clan is pretty cancer. It's the fact as to what it does and like how it's able to what it does and how it functions. It's just very bad for the game. I don't have any cards to show off right now for this, but Genesis is also a problem. But the main topic I'm going to be going into a lot is gears and Genesis right now. See, in this game, there's a lot of quote-unquote broken cards. There's a lot of good cards in this game that people have complained about and be like, you know, this card's dumb, this card's gonna break the game. And, you know, some point people are fair in that. But cards in this deck, specifically like Gear Chronicle and Genesis, reach that extreme to the point where it's absolute cancer. And it's very bad. It's very hard to play the game when a deck like Gear Chronicle exists. Mainly for the fact of, you know, these 4 cards. You know, like this, History Maker, I don't mind too much. It's the fact that, you know, you kind of need to draw into it to make it work because you don't want to manually time leap into it. But no, it's these main cards. First off, for water, the fact of this grade 0 existing, Gear Chronicle is just able to plus while doing their insane combos against you and pushing you in your face. So unhealthy for the game that you're not repercussion and like not put in, like, you don't have any fault as to keep, you know, pushing at your opponent with Mellum. And it's like, it's really stupid is the fact that you make a hard push just like Aqua Force, but you're not minusing at all from that. And then enabling to keep on going with cards like TikTok Worker. It's just really retarded because both of these cards can be called up by Mellum, and like, it's just like you always have them with your arsenal and you always keep calling them out on the same turn and plussing constantly, pushing your opponent to a disadvantaged state to the point where a next stage could kill them. And it's like, it doesn't cost you counterblast, it's free, and you're plussing cards to the hand. And I'm gonna give a quick shout out to Team Vanguard because it's kind of gonna be a lot of talk. It's the same in their video. In their video, Agent talked about how TikTok and Herwater should be straight up banned, both of them. I do agree with that. These 2 cards are the main plus engine of gears, and this is where they get most of their, you know, combos and attacks from. But personally, I'm gonna be talking about Mellum and upstream. Mainly Mellum. You know, upstream doesn't cause too much problem because of the fact that, you know, it doesn't call it Herwater, it doesn't make it plus. But there's a serious problem I have with these 2 specific cards, and just to keep sake of the video that you're not watching the same one, I just want to talk about these 2. You see, Gear Chronicle's mechanic of Time Leap, for those who don't know, but you should at this point, is during a specific point, you can bind a unit from your field and call a unit of higher grade to the board. And before, like how it was before cards like History Maker and Phoenix, this was mainly done during the main phase to fix your board, which I liked. Fixing your board was really, you know, really good, and the fact is, like, you just get free tutoring and fix your board. But the problem is, when you do it during the battle phase, it's just basically getting multiple attacks. And the fact that both of these cards, Phoenix and History Maker, are pretty much free. I mean, the counterblast doesn't really matter too much with History Maker. I only look at it as that it's 1 more Mellum attack. It's just very cancerous, and you just do it multiple times in a turn. And the fact that you keep busting off of Herwater while doing it, your opponent is just losing resources while you're gaining a +1 every turn. So it's good to talk about them. But the problem is that I have with these 2 specific cards is that they play into Time Leap to the fact where it's a continuous thing happening over and over. They both downgrade, so after they attack, they gain 4k and they downgrade to a lower grade. So the problem with that is the fact is that you can downgrade and then call another copy of it. So you get in a lot of multi-attacks that is just like, it doesn't hurt you at all because you're just calling out the same unit and it's the end of the cycle. I guess what they thought about time leap during the battle phase was that eventually you were going to reach a stop point where you were going to end up like at a grade 3 and you weren't able to time leap anymore. Unless, granted, you run square 1 dragon. But, you know, they made it specifically because, in my opinion, they thought that, you know, it would end at grade 3. But the fact that these push themselves down a grade and call out a 0 or 1, and then they just time leap back into themselves is really stupid. They hit the Vanguard on their own. And it's like, if these cards didn't exist, you would have to open with TikTok or Urwater in order to make them actually, you know, worth to use. And I feel like it's a good idea to ban these two, but to be honest, just ban these because if you're hitting them, there's only more potential for more stupid cards to come out, and Melum can still be abused in time leap as it still is. I mean, in Chrono Fangs, you can still call out Chrono Fangs crit trigger. And there's just a lot of stupid 0 plays that you can do. You can still get the multi-attacks, and Melum just pushes in. Melum is the one that kicks you in the mouth. Melum is the one that pushes you in the face. And then you just ride on the ladder with upstream. But I don't know. They have to do something to this deck. This deck is just a little bit too good as it is right now. With the addition, next stage is fine. Like, the reason I'm not talking bad about next stage is that they needed a finisher, because every deck needs a finisher.
Yeah, Gradelock was not, I mean, it was their finisher for the longest time, but next stage it's made to be their ideal finisher.
It's just, when you combine it with cards that are constantly punching you in the face, to the point where at 5 damage way too quickly, it's what makes next stage that much more scary, because you don't even have a choice at that point. You're immediately going to go to 4 after 1 Phoenix. I've even seen games where people do 2 Phoenixes and win. But to be honest, most people finish it after 1 Phoenix.
Yep.
And it's like, that's only because a card like Melum exists, popping out the zeros and like just making it happen for you. The main point that I'm trying to get at is the plus engine and the attacks wouldn't happen if Melum didn't exist, because there's no way to get the stand trigger unless you run 4 of it. That means you're running 4 stand triggers without a way to actually draw into it. And if you want to continue attack combos, you would have to run 4 TikTok workers without actually having a way to grab it, and you would have to be running 4 starters, which is bleh. That's my main GIF. The only reason I'm including upstream in it is because, like, the only reason I'm including upstream is because potentially there can be a broken grade 1 that comes out that you can constantly keep spamming on the board, and just for the fact of the fact is that it could happen, and that you can keep calling out upstream, is the fact that why it needs to be hit. These cards are good for utility, but it's just too much. It's way too much. And that's just my gist about it. At least about Gear Chronicles. The time loop mechanic is just a little bit too bad, and it needs to be fixed. I hope they fix it after Worlds. If Bushy listens, please just fix it after Worlds. The game is really bad as it is right now because Gear Chronicle exists. A little bit too free. The best way to put an example towards this is that you're basically playing Aquaforce while playing OTT. You have a hand at all times, and you can kill very, very easily. The only other deck, and I'm sorry I don't have, examples to show right now.
You have your cell phone.
Yeah, but
the technology.
The only other deck,
I'll put it on the screen.
All right. The only other deck that's really cancerous right now is, and this is going to be very brief because I'm assuming the video is very long right now, is Genesis.
Yeah, you're in 9 minutes.
Genesis, mainly for the fact of the Angelic Wise Men loop with Taro, and that combo is very cancerous because of the fact that you literally only build a deck to play towards that, and you get in a total of maybe like 10. Okay, what you're supposed to do is only 5 attacks for that scenario, but including the witches, 5 attacks with the wise men, 5 attacks only with the wise men. But the fact is that you include the witches, like the grapes and the apple, that soul charge when they're soul blasted. You re-soul charge the stand triggers, so you just do it again, and you keep attacking, and it gets bigger. It gets big just because of the grade 1 for Fenrir that plays into it, because it literally digs in your deck, and it's just very cancerous towards the game because it's basically an insta win. Your opponent can be at 1. and can die while having 4 perfect guards and 4 field triggers in hand. If you're not Kagero, you're gonna die.
Or Gear Chronicles.
Yep, but at that point you have to open up 2 field triggers because the smart people will call 2 Angelic Wisemans and then split up the powers and then you'll just be like, oh, well,
I tried.
I'm dead. But yeah, Fenrir and Genesis was pretty simple, and to be honest, the stand trigger is not the problem, because if the stand trigger is banned, then the Genesis deck is terrible. You need to ban Wiseman because he's the one that actually causes the freaking problem. Because then Genesis can actually be played as the deck it was intended to be.
See, I would disagree with you on that, just personal. Because if it's the same concept with Mellum, okay? With Mellum, if you keep Mellum and you ban like the TikToks, they have the potential to make more broken grade zeros. So it's the same concept if you ban the stand trigger. If you don't ban the stand trigger, they have the option to make more rear guards that are dumb that can combo well with the stand trigger.
Yeah, but the point is, and even they have been paying attention to this, because even in the set where Fenrir got more support, they made sure to make a grade 2 that said on play counterblast 1, and when this unit attacks once per turn, yeah, that's Wiseman.
Hey, thanks, Alex.
On attack, you can Soul Blast 3 once per turn and draw a card. So you can combo that off with the stand trigger and restand it. But the fact is that it literally says once per turn. Bushy understood, but they just forgot about Angelic Wiseman. Like, I just feel like the deck will literally be terrible if you get rid of the stand trigger. But the main point is if you get rid of Mellum and upstream, Gear Chronicle is still fine. It's got Phoenix, it's got next stage, it can still multi-attack, it just will not plus. Unless you run multiple copies and you just so happen to draw into these. That's just my opinion though, and that's just how I feel about both decks. Bushy, if you're listening, please fix. And to be honest, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying this to complain. I honestly do think it's an issue, and you put it down in the comments, please, what you think needs to be banned from both clans. To be honest, Genesis can be talked about, and Gear Chronicles can be talked about. I just want to see other people's opinions, but to be honest, that's what I feel for the sake of the game. And I hope it gets fixed after Nationals. But that's my rumbling. Thanks for watching, guys. This is John of Team Gradelock signing out. I complain a lot, so yeah. Put it down in the comments and tell me what you think. Really enjoy some feedback on this, especially this. Yeah. Bye, guys.